Hey everyone, and welcome back to World Sim Wide. This is episode 2. We are again in Euro Truck Simulator 2. X-Plane 11 is going to be making its way into the series, probably from next episode or something like that. It's from next episode onwards, it'll end up making its way into this. As well as that, from last episode, I did say that I was going to be putting this out every Monday, and lo and behold, we're going to do that from here on out. So last episode we took a job, I think it was from Birmingham down to Irun, I think it's called, or something like that. Irun, I don't technically know how they say it in Spain, and we kind of got a lot of damage to the trailer because the Eurostar kind of screwed us up. So today what we're going to do is we're going to take another quick job. We're going to look down here, we're going to try, that's Irons there. We're going to probably take this post packages, we're probably going to do this mail delivery in this Mercedes Actros here. And as you can see, there's no Eurostar or anything here, there's no boats, there's nothing that could screw us up. So it's just literally drive through France, into Belgium, then into Germany, down to Koln. So we'll take the job. And with that, I'll see you in the cab. Alrighty guys, so we are in the cab. We're going to start the engine up. We're going to fire the dead man switch off. And we're going to do our best to actually get out of here. So this truck's going to kind of throw me off slightly because we're now left-hand drive. I'm used to right-hand drive, obviously, because I live in the UK and cars are right-hand drive. So it's kind of annoying me. It's not too bad. I think we'll just get used to it as we drive. And the cool thing about this as well is that this, god damn it, what have I hit? Oh, I hit a bollard. Right, so what we'll do is we'll go this way. Will it drive? Yep, it will. We knocked them all over. Oh well, never mind. I should have gone a little bit wider. Alright. The cool thing about this though is that it's actually a postal packages delivery, which is obviously the mail. And the cool thing about this is IRL, my dad actually drives and delivers for a company called Royal Mail, which is a mail service here in the UK. And it's kind of cool that I'm now kind of doing what he would normally do, except obviously he just drives up and down the UK, and this is more, sorry, there we go, this is more kind of cross-country. May take a few days, so something that he doesn't normally do, obviously, but kind of the job itself is kind of what he does, so it's cool that I'm kind of, I guess in a way, reenacting that. As well as that, last episode we kind of had a bit of a blunder, considering that we should have got about 20-25 grand for the actual drive, but the damage actually screwed us up. And it turned out that, you know, we only got about 5 grand for it, and we're slightly overdrawn. I don't know what actually happened there, but it seems that, you know, with the way it was, it seems to me that we just kind of messed up, and the glitch is kind of was the final nail in the coffin, I guess. So it's what it is. So that's why I'm kind of thinking about doing this more, where we're just going to go into France, drive up through France, into Belgium, and then, you know, into Germany itself, and we don't actually have to mess around with anything like not toll bridges, trains or boats or anything that could potentially screw up the truck. So let's pay that. Oh, we'll pay at the end, I think. Don't entirely know. So, like last episode, I talked about kind of the rebooting of this series and, you know, the rebooting of my channel in a way, and the way that I want to kind of do things. And today I just kind of want to talk about the actual series itself and talk about, you know, what I kind of want to do with it. So those who may not enjoy this game or enjoy watching this game, because they may find it boring or they may find it, you know, not a great game, I could hopefully keep them on board with the series itself. So, if you may have noticed, last episode we was driving, obviously, and we was I kind of set it to 1080p 30 frames per second. You may have noticed in this episode that we're 1080p 60 frames, so we've had an FPS increase, so the video is probably going to be a lot smoother than the last one. I will try my best for every recording to try and keep it in 60 frames per second. I know for a fact that when it comes to X-Plane 11, I will not be able to get that into 60 frames. I will not be able to record that in 60 frames because the game kind of jumps frames randomly. It goes from anywhere between 30 to 20, then up to like 50, then 60, then 70, then 20 again. It's all over the shop, so it's a bit obstacle, and I don't really want to kind of, you know, limit it to 60 and it's not actually record that. We're kind of skipping frames and stuff, but it's something that I want to, you know, try and avoid. I'm going to have to try and record that as just a standard 1080p video with X-Plane 11. Something that I can't really do much about unless I spend copious amounts of money to try and upgrade my PC, which I guess in a way I will eventually end up doing, but as of right now I don't have the money to do so, and I don't see the point just yet. So that's kind of how we're gonna roll with that. So from the FPS side, Euro Truck Simulator 2 in this series, since it is world wide, it is going to cover various simulators. Euro Truck Simulator 2 is only, you know, one strand of this entire series itself. It's something that I wanted to kind of include so that we've got some sort of, like, you know, on the ground kind of stuff going on. And then obviously we're gonna go over to flight and fly around and stuff like that, so it'll still be interesting. But for those of you out there who may want to dislike this video because you don't like the game or you don't like whatever with this, may not even like me, whatever included this with this game, don't worry too much, because at the end of the day it's not going to be just Euro Truck Sim 2. It will be, you know, various simulators. It'll not just be one thing. So hopefully you'll still enjoy this series as a whole, rather than, you know, the just if you don't like this game, don't worry. So I kind of explained, I guess I kind of explained how this job thing is going to work. We're taking mail, postal packets, or packages, whatever you want to call it. Basically, we're taking crates, or as they call it over here in the UK, they call them Yorks, and they're basically wheelable crates with sleeves in that just full of letters and full of packages and stuff like that. I know how it works because I used to do that as a job. And sadly I can't do that anymore because my back has kind of given up. I'm in a constant state of pain with it. So but at least I know how it kind of works, and basically we'll be traveling across country to deliver this, so that then it can be delivered to the national hubs around the country of Germany, and then into obviously the regional sorting offices, and then it'll be taken out and then delivered to the people, to their houses. So that's kind of how we're going to do it. Currently, Irun was a pro mods area. It was only very small. I mean, it's about as small as Felixstone over in the UK, which was just basically full of houses, cars parked. But it's kind of cool how pro mod injects new things into it. It's something that obviously I hope we're going to be, as we go through France, we're going to, you know, use pro mod roads and routes and go through different little towns and villages, you know, that are actually part of the pro mods thing. But who knows, we may not actually, because it depends on which way the route actually takes us. I know we could change the route ourselves, but I personally just want to kind of leave it and let it just naturally go the way it wants to go, and you know, it's going to be something that will be an enjoyable video. So the way that this series is going to go as a whole is basically, obviously we've got Euro Truck Simulator 2, and this is obviously going to be like the logistics side where we to do the jobs, and we're just going to drive up and down different parts of Europe and explore and just have fun driving everywhere. With the flight sim stuff, there is a thing that we could kind of do, which is it's called FS Economy, which is Flight Sim Economy, and we can do little jobs where we take out certain planes and we can then make money and do this, that and the other thing. Kind of like how this works, and it is cool. It kind of gives another dimension to flying. I will try and do my best to inject that in there, but it's a lot of that is general aviation flying. It's not using like planes that you would only use to go on vacation or on holiday or something like that. And I know that they've added in FS Economy, they've added those kind of planes. The thing is, they usually on reserve, which basically means somebody owns it and owns a company that can pay for that. And basically they I'll have it on reserve so that if anybody wants to in that kind of company that they've got over on FS Economy, those people can then take the job and fly it. It's only like reserved for that company, which is interesting. But as well as that, nobody's actually selling those planes. So as far as I know, at the minute they've got a 747 out, and they've just recently added the Boeing 737-800, which is cool. They're fun to fly, but if we was actually going to fly those planes, we would have to do it where it's not actually in you know, FS Economy. It's kind of a route that we just say it's going to be part of. Say we're just going to say that we're just, you know, taking people on holiday or something like that. So that kind of thing works. If we ever end up doing a long haul in X-Plane, X-Plane is kind of going to be the simulator that kind of throws us. And that's going to be a simulator which kind of, I guess, holds the rest of the simulators together, if that makes any sense. Basically, say if we fly from the UK or from wherever it say we obviously we're going over to Koln now in Germany with Euro Truck Simulator 2. If we flew out of there and say we flew to, I don't know, somewhere in the UK, we could then obviously take a job in Euro Truck Simulator 2 from there and kind of do that kind of thing. So it kind of makes sense where if we do a jump in in flight simulation, we'll be able to kind of replicate that into a different simulator. And then same with if we then end up flying from wherever we end up in this game. If for example, like if we I don't know, we end up in the UK, we could then fly, I don't know, we could go down to the US, and then we can then pick up American Truck Sim, and then we can then start our kind of like little mini company over there. And obviously there'll be a backstory to everything, and that's how it kind of will knit together. I know it might be weird me actually telling you how that's going to work, but as the videos go on and they just get put out whenever they get put out, you'll be able to see that there is a story forming slowly. So hopefully that makes sense with how I want to do things, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. So that's kind of how X-Plane is going to work as kind of a whole in this entire series. It's going to be kind of like the gel of the series. So now everything's gonna, I guess everything's gonna kind of go, how can I say, it's kind of, that's gonna be the thing that's gonna hold the entire series together. But we can then go into other simulators, which then kind of gives another kind of aspect to it, and that's kind of how I want to do it. I know I'm kind of probably going over myself, but that's kind of how I actually want to produce this series, and it all makes sense and everybody's having fun with it. As well as that, with my channel, I know I said that I was going to be putting out other stuff with X-Plane, like the World Tour stuff. It has been confirmed now that my friend Jammy951 actually wants to do his World Tour online with multiplayer. I, for one, am going to be doing a World Tour as well, but I'm going to be doing it where it's going to be a 50-50. So obviously I can do it with friends, but then now I can also do it without friends, and I can do that kind of thing. There'll be more information on that when those World Tour videos do actually go out, and that kind of thing. And I probably will end up streaming it. There'll be a link in the description to my stream profile, and that'll be, I'll probably end up streaming the World Tour now and again. So if there's anybody out there who's watching this video who actually likes aviation and wants to get involved with it, most likely we'll be flying on the FS Cloud network, and we'll be just doing group flights and just having a bit of fun on the live streams. But we'll be able to check off different places as well, so that's going to be kind of cool. So as with the last episode, we had a bit of a time lapse. I'm going to do a little bit more of a time lapse now in today's video, and when we get a little bit closer, we'll do a little bit more talking, and then we'll park up and obviously sign the video off. So with that, I'll see you in just a few. Alrighty guys, so we are back, and we've got 14 miles to go, and I do apologise for those 2 crashes. Well, what they say was crashes. Basically it seems to be that the first one clipped a pixel, and that's what is that seems to be what has actually happened, and kind of screwed me up a little bit there. Second one, I just moved into the next lane, and the AI didn't slow down, so it just kind of went into the back of me but didn't slow me down. Another thing I don't really like about the AI in this game is that they just pull out in front of you expecting you to stop when you're going like 50 odd mile an hour. You got no chance of doing that, which is a complete and utter pain in the backside. I know that my driving towards the end was getting a little bit all over the shop, but I was kind of zoning out, and I stupidly was slowly falling to sleep because the drive on this game was a little bit long, and I don't mind long drives, but as long as I've got other people playing the game with me at the same time, it's not as bad because you've always got somebody there to talk to. And since I'm on my own, it's not that the game is boring or anything, it's just that the drive can be a little bit boring and a little bit tedious, so I kind of like zone out. I'm wide awake now, but my guy who's currently driving the truck is not. So, aside from what I said earlier on about how the series is going to work and all this kind of stuff, I want to ask you guys if you've got any suggestions on some topics we can talk about. By all means, put them in the comments below. There will be a comment that I will be putting in the comment section, which you can reply to, like I did with the previous video, and you can suggest some stuff that you want me to talk about, more things about IRL stuff or whatever. I've just stopped a little bit too far over there. Can't look at that one. Right, so there's that, and as well as that, I want to know what you guys think too, if you would like me to put these videos out with a webcam. Would you prefer me to have like a face cam on the episodes, yes or no? And if you do, then by all means let me know. I don't mind doing that. I mean, I stream a lot, and people evidently know that, so it doesn't make a blind bit of difference. The only difference is that if I do a webcam, it means that I will not be able to have it at 60 FPS anymore. I will have to tone it down to 30 FPS because my camera can't handle that. So it's up to you. So yeah, that's kind of really the ins and outs of everything, I guess, with this video. Next episode is probably going to be an explain video. I'll try my best to get an explain video out for you, so those who don't really like this game, there's something there that you may enjoy. We're coming up closer to the Wabra's Logistic Solutions, I think it's called. I don't entirely know. I'm just gonna park here, and we can either do, let's see what that's where it's wanting us to park in 40 experience, or we can just leave it and play it safe. I always play it safe, not because I can't reverse. Well, I can't really reverse properly, but also I don't really like attempting to reverse with a lorry and it in a very, very small area. So there's some good work on that. That's great. Took nearly £1,000 off us and 77 experience for the damage penalty, which I'm not happy with. We did get level up. I think we leveled up twice there. Yeah, we did. So I'm thinking I'm going to put another point in high value cargo, and we'll put one into ADR. So that's how we're going to do that. We've now got £24,963 in the bank. We currently have no truck. I want to try and get my level from level 6 now up to level 16, and by the time we've got there, I will have about 220,000 pounds, and then we can buy the truck that I actually want, which is, if I go and purchase trucks, and we Volvo DAF, there we go, and we go visit selected dealer. I actually want to buy not the stock one here, this XF105 space 205. I actually want to buy this one here, the XF105 Super Space, just because it's slightly better. £207,787. Hopefully I've got a lot more than that, and we're ready to buy that from level 16. So we're 10 levels away, nearly there, so hopefully we can get there. If you have enjoyed today's video, then please let me know, and by all means like the video. Don't forget to drop a comment, suggest some things what you would like me to talk about in future episodes of your truck. When it comes to X-Plane, it'll be very easy for me to do so because I won't really need to talk too much about random things in that one because there'll be a lot of things I've got to kind of keep my eyes on. Aside from that, if you've really enjoyed this video, then by all means subscribe for more videos that I will be doing. There is plenty more that I can put out. And also check out the links in the description for my stream profile and the mod list that I use for this, and also where you can get pro mods and stuff like that if you want to download it yourself and try it out. So with that being said, I thank you for watching, and with that, I'll see you again in the next video. Thank you for watching, take care, enjoy the rest of your day.